This meditation today is really embracing not only an affirmation, but also a truism of the world. That truism is that everything in life is geared or designed in its truest nature to help and support your journey. We always kind of block ourselves from taking it all in because of our own judgments, attitudes, beliefs. And all of those judgments and attitudes and beliefs are there to preserve your self-identity. And any time that your self-identity, your sense of self becomes threatened, we then act in a volatile way. We act in a violent way, which incidentally is one of sort of the first moral codes of yoga, is to practice nonviolence. It's a lot easier to say, like, oh, I should practice nonviolence. And you see many people doing that in different ways and getting very kind of like self-righteous about it, and then taking on a new identity that they work very hard to preserve. But here's the truth. Everything in life is there for us to take it all in and support us so that we may manifest and live life's purpose. There is no greater calling in life than to manifest and live your life purpose. So this bhavana, this meditation practice today, is to kind of begin, hopefully, to rewire your brain a little bit so that you can start to tap into the bounty that is life. In most scriptures, in most religious scriptures and spiritual scriptures, there is this connotation that the Creator endowed us with all that we need to have in order to live our life purpose. And it was one of the number one, if you will, commandments, is to go out and live our life purpose. Again, we get in the way of ourselves so often through our judgments, our attitudes, and beliefs. So as we're doing this practice today, I really want to invite you to let go of those attitudes, judgments, and beliefs. And the way to let go of them is just to observe them. I often tell my students, take all of your judgments, put them into a glass jar. So we're not like throwing them away. You can't really throw them away because they're in your mind. But put them in a glass jar in your mind. Put them on a shelf somewhere, maybe in your pantry. Like you're pickling cucumbers, you're pickling your judgments and attitudes and beliefs. And you put it on a shelf somewhere. And you are able to, in that moment, kind of just watch it and observe it. And eventually you can decide to keep those, perhaps, if you must, those judgments, attitudes, and beliefs that really serve you and support you in your journey. And for the other ones, you can start to let them go. And as we say in our tradition, burn them in the fire of self-knowledge. That you begin through these practices having such a true sense of who you are, that a lot of these attitudes, judgments, and beliefs that are preserving this obstinate, petulant sense of self that you're holding on to so much, that because through these practices you actually get a glimpse or you glean your true self, that all of these kind of things that you're holding on to are burned in the fire of self-knowledge. Ultimately, in the practice of Tantra, we learn that everything in life is here to support us, is here to help elevate us in our journey. So having said that, let's just come to either a comfortable seat in a chair, or on the ground, by the pool side, if you will. And I'd like you just to kind of close your eyes for a few minutes as we do this meditation practice. And I'd like you to begin this meditation practice by bringing your hands to your ribs, to the sides of your ribs. Doesn't matter where. It can be just on the outside of your breasts or just below your breasts, but somewhere on the outsides of the ribs. And inhale here and exhale here. And as you inhale, feel the sides, the ribs moving into the hands. And then wherever your hands are, move them down just a little bit more to the bottom of the rib cage, which is known as the floating ribs. And then do the same practice. Breathe into the hands there. Very good. Now, as you breathe in and breathe out, we'll just keep the hands there just a moment longer. Begin to tune in to sounds around you. Now, the sounds in our life is the first thing that we judge. For me personally, I will admit the sound of barking dogs annoys the hell out of me. And when I hear the sound of barking dogs, I really need to come and do this practice more. So we judge the sounds around us so intensely as we inhale and exhale. Here the sounds could be cars going by your house, could be a horn in the background. If you're a blue osa, maybe it's the sound of waves. Keep breathing intensely as you're listening to sounds, but then slowly bring your hands down to your thighs or your knees with the thumb and forefinger connected. And what I'd like you to do, first of all, is let go of any thoughts. So if you have any judgments or thoughts or opinions about the sounds that you're listening to, just kind of observe them, let them go, come back to listening to sound. But I want you to replace any kind of thoughts in your mind for a moment with this one thought. I take it all in. I take it all in. As you breathe in, take in all the sounds of that dog barking, the sounds maybe of someone who you're living with playing annoying music, or the annoying sounds of the cars, or the beautiful sounds of nature, or the beautiful sound or the hum of that furnace that is starting, or the air conditioning unit. But take it all in. As you breathe in, feel what you're taking in, entering in through your fingertips. And moving in through your fingertips, up through your arms, and into your torso of your body. Feel all that you're taking in, entering into the crown of your head. Feel all that you're taking in, entering in through your feet. Up through your legs, and into your hips, and then from there into your torso. And then take it in and bring it into your heart center. And feel the heart center becoming full. It's becoming full of life force energy, becoming full of life, of prana. I'd like you to now repeat in your mind as you breathe in and you take all of these sounds in. You take all of this prana in towards your heart. I take it all in. And all that I take in nourishes me, and supports my journey. I take it all in, and all that I take in nourishes me and supports my journey. I take it all in, and all that I take in nourishes me and supports my journey. I take it all in, and all that I take in nourishes me and supports my journey. I take it all in, and all that I take in nourishes me and supports my journey. I'd like you just to feel the resonance of that affirmation, of this bhavana. Just kind of permeating in your heart center and in and around your body. The idea of good and bad, right or wrong, is erased. And you can begin to tap into that eternal throb of life, that eternal pulse of the universe. Knowing that in this moment, you are the universe made manifest, living to manifest and live your life purpose. As we end this moment together, be reminded that life is here to support your journey. And when you don't feel that support, it's because you've forgotten. You've forgotten the basic truth and laws of life. And you feel alone. I want to invite you in those moments, more than ever, to come back to this practice. Come back to this practice so you are constantly reminded that you belong here and that you are home within yourself. Be blessed, my friends, and have a super and joyful day. Namaste.